Hello. Hi. Hi, and welcome to the Dark Dragon's Den. I know this is the first time, I haven't been online in a long time. I figured I might as well start the stream just a little bit early, but so there, that better be with me. Get off this stupid schedule thing. Fuck did I do that? Hey, forgive me, guys. I'm just learning. I'm just learning. Okay, I need to do something here. I don't want to do anything with that. No. Back up, back up, back up. That's what I want. Okay, now I can see myself live. And, yeah, that's a lot better. Now I want to describe a little bit about myself. I'm from Canada, from southwestern Ontario. I'm not going to tell you where exactly in southwestern Ontario because, doxing myself and all that. I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, the screen may jump from time to time because I'm using a laptop right now. It's the best I can do because it's the only thing I got. So, yeah. And I'm using Streamlabs at the moment. Only because I'm not quite up to par with OBS yet. Eventually I'd like to see when I get bigger and better at this. I want to see myself get up to at least maybe 1,000 subscribers by sometime, and my goal is to be at least by the 21st of September, be up to maybe 1,000 subscribers, depending on how well this goes. Monetary wise, I know I'm not able to do anything with money wise, just because that's just the nature of the beast. But yeah, my streams are going to be about opinions about the LCU, the BBU, Becky Boop, and in particular Becky Boop. For now, it's just going to be an opinion stream. I won't be able to have a lot of people on here, or I don't know how to bring people up here to join me or anything. So, as I said, I'm just learning this now. I'm only used to doing YouTube videos, so forgive me for the poor quality of the video in general. This is piss poor quality with sound and that. You're going to have to help me out because I don't know any better. Trust me, I want to learn this. I want to take my crack at this because I think in the long term I want to be helping somebody like Becky to grow their universe into something that can actually beat Keemstar and his stupid, boring, toxic LCU. The LCU, which has gotten even more toxic lately, with now the inclusion of a whole second tier of shows. Yeah. Who in the fuck wants to sit there and listen to a whole another 12 hours of shows about people yelling at each other, screaming, and being punished all the time, just because it gets Keemstar off on his rocks, or Mike gets off on his rocks doing that. No, that's not for me, man. That's why I went with Becky. That's why I will only ever financially support Becky. Yeah. I will not ever give another dime to Keemstar, to Kid Behind the Camera, or any of those fuckers over there, because, to be quite honest with you, they don't deserve it. Keemstar, for one, why he's picked me off, he's insulted my country, Canada, on many occasions. I don't know if you know how he feels about Canada. I know he uses the R word a lot. But he didn't call us retards, but he might as well. Due to the fact that, our current political situations, which I won't bring up, because I'm not a very political guy. Okay, and on Becky's Reddit, I may have seemed like a very political guy. Although, it's just that I'm so fucking tired of these games that they play. Like, fucking grow up. Grow the fuck up. You don't need to sit there and throw a pie in your face to gain views. You don't need to sit there and make a beautiful young lady like Becky, or any young lady for that matter, like even Roxy or Savage, yeah, or even Roxy and Savage. Like, why the hell? And I don't want to talk too much about Roxy, because Roxy's a different thing altogether. My opinion on Roxy is kind of iffy at the moment. It's kind of always been iffy, to be honest. Savage, I don't mind Savage. I think she's a very beautiful lady. I like the accent. I think she's hot. Becky's for a bigger lady. Becky Boop is quite hot. Very beautiful face, very beautiful smile. I dated bigger ladies in the past, so I got no problem with them. Just saying. Trust me, I have an ex that can basically do a double as the Wicked Witch of the West. And for all that's worth, that was just. If people ask me, what the fuck were you thinking dating this woman who looks like the Wicked Witch of the West? Sometimes love is blind and stupid. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have met her daughter and had a good 20-year run as a stepfather with her. And I say a 20-year run because we're no longer in contact. Me and her had a falling out a couple of years ago, and I frankly don't want to get into that because it tends to bring out what I call the dark dragon. People need to know this about me. The more angry I get, the more of the beast that you will see in me. That's why I named this the Dark Dragon's Den, because I know people online, they can't help themselves. They're going to eventually piss me off, and I'm eventually going to end up saying things on here that may get my live stream taken down. Do I want to have my live stream taken down? No, I don't. So I'm trying my best to be as PG friendly as possible, even though I put on for adults only, because frankly I don't cater to youngins. I never have. Even with my posts on my Facebook posts, are always been the same. I tell people ahead of time, I'm not for kids. I don't make content for kids. I make content for adults. It's just the way it is. And I know on Facebook a lot of my family's on there, like, so I don't really want to get into that, but but yeah, the LCU and me have a little bit of an issue. Going into that, Keemstar has called our country, my country, worthless, and our currency is worthless to him, and that he doesn't care about having money from Canada. He echoes his hero, Donald Trump. Well, buddy, you chose the wrong hero. You know, you can make a lot of money off of Canadians. Fuck, Americans have been doing it for years. Look at Jim Carrey, Ryan Reynolds, popular Canadians. Mike Myers from Wayne's World. What else? Wayne Gretzky. Throughout the generations, there's been top-level Canadians. Top level Canadians have been sitting there and making money for you Americans, making entertainment, making music, yeah, whether it be in the world of country music or the world of just in general music in general, like heavy metal music or rock and roll music. Rock music in particular, you got Bryan Adams. Pop music, you got Celine Dion. I myself am a metal fan and hard rock fan, but I do listen to other styles of music. I do tend to like country music. Now here's why I don't like Kid Behind the Camera. Okay. Like, you're supposed to be a family man. You're supposed to be, you got a family. You know, family's supposed to be forever. So family's always supposed to be first. What does he do? He insults his family, treats them like shit. He treats pretty much anybody who's not his friend pretty good. You know. And I'm quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of his shit. You know. Now, for anybody that wants to like my stream, subscribe, because I'm planning on doing this every Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I'm going to try to stream for at least an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending on how much I got to say. And also on Sundays. Sundays I'm going to be doing this from a different room, so it'll be a little bit better lighting. But I'm only down here today because I'm looking after my roommate's dog. My roommate goes and does her weekly job once a week, and so I'm here by myself with the dog for 5 to 6 hours. So I figured, why the hell not? When nobody's home, it's easier to stream because then I'm not interrupted by people. Yeah, that's what's caused me to stream so often. It's nothing other than that. My face may look a little bit puffy. That's only because of the lighting. As you can see, yeah, and the way I'm sitting right now. But I got to keep the lights down because it keeps the heat down. I've got AC running right now, so you might be able to hear all this in the background. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, if you want to like, subscribe, do whatever. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for anything monetary, because obviously I don't have enough hours, watch hours, to even get monetized yet. So, but I'll be here to talk about the LCU and the BBU. Becky Boop streams, I love her streams. I think they're great. I like the laid back thing. I like being able to sit there and talk. I talk to her all the time on stream. Sometimes she acknowledges me, sometimes she doesn't. And it's not about acknowledgement for me. It's about participating. And I like being able to participate. Same with the Discord. Oh, and by the way, yes, that's another thing I forgot. I do have a Discord. It's just not that great yet because I don't know how to run it. I need people to help me run things. If people knew how to, if I could get people that know how to run things in there, that do streaming and that, to help me out, then cool, man. Then I'd be able to run it, and then you can help me out, boost it. I'll be happy. I just want to be able to. That's a place for people to grow, people to do this thing, people to talk, voice their opinions on things. My opinion is just that. It's my opinion. I'm not telling you you have to share my opinion, because everybody's entitled to an opinion. I don't care if you're Canadian, American, Jewish, black, white, purple, pink, whatever. Don't matter. Yeah, I don't know. What else do I got to say? In the future, there's going to be more streaming about WWE. Big WWE fan. Yeah, and I know the bullshit with LCU. They're trying to incorporate some stupid bullshit WWE storyline into their thing. And, oh, we're gonna do drafts and have people go to Mike streams and Keemstar streams. And I'm like, really, dude? Really? You're gonna do that kind of crap? Like, give it up, man. Give it up. Keemstar is going to be bringing all these new people in. He's already got the floodgates, all the people he got let go and banned just because they followed Becky. And he kind of released them back into the LCU Discord, the most toxic Discord in all of Discord, as far as I'm concerned. I won't go back into that place because it sucks. You go in there, you try to talk, and people say stupid shit like, "Oh, I hope you become the 51st state." Yeah, I'll become an American when I die. I'll die first before I become an American. That's just my thing. That's my stance on that. I don't hold Americans in general responsible for that. I hold Donald Trump responsible for that. I have no issue with Americans in general. It's just Donald Trump and that stupid MAGA crap that they're doing down there. Now, I've heard people say, we don't have free speech here. We don't do the whole, we have free speech. It's in our, we don't have a constitution. We have a Charter of Rights and Freedoms that was signed in the early 80s by Pierre Elliott Trudeau. And again, I know people don't want to sit there and say and talk about politics in general. I personally don't want to talk about politics, but it kind of gives you a history. Um, and I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place from one topic to the other. See, back in 2015, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder because, and I'll tell you this, the girlfriend I was with at the time, she had 4 kids, and at that point in time, this is after she had a stroke, and yes, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can get a stroke. It's called taking better care of yourself. You could have a stroke by being too stressed if you're overweight and have cardiovascular problems. So yeah, I'm going to be doing stuff to kind of counteract that. But anyway, back to that other thing. I was diagnosed with that because I tried to delete my server in Minecraft. As far as the LCU people and the BBU people will put it. And I want to do that because I was stressed out. Do I want to kill myself? No. I got too much to live for. And remember the ex I told you that I had the stepkid with for nearly 20 years? Well, when I was living there over there with her, she told me because of my health was not great. Obviously, you can see that by how blown up I look. Like I look like I'm a stuffed pig. But yeah, I can sit there and say to this woman, because she told her daughter to tell me this. She told her daughter to tell me, "You're not going to live. I'm going to outlive you," she says. And she's a heavy smoker. She goes out and smokes cigarette butts off the streets, and it's gross. Trust me. I used to be a smoker at one point too, like many moons ago. Sorry. Nope, nothing important. Okay. No, but what gives a shit? Okay, nothing important. Stupid phone vibrates and I feel it, so. Now, but what I was saying is that my goal of this channel. Now, if she wants to outlive me, you know what I did? I cursed her. I said, even if it's by one day, I'm going to make sure I outlive you. You stupid bitch. And why I said that was because I hate this woman. She's one of the most annoying women I've ever had in my life. She overtalks everybody. She never ever, when we would go to visit my father, God bless his soul, rest in peace, Dad, she would sit there, and I wouldn't be able to get a word in edgewise from my own dad. She'd be sitting there flapping her gums, going blah, 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 like most women technically do. And I say most women because I don't know about all women, but a lot of the ones I've seen do that. They have a gift of gab. That's generally what they do. And I apologize to Becky or anybody else I may offend by that. But that's the honest truth. I'm not going to lie to you. No. But the other one, when I was diagnosed with, I had a different girlfriend when I was in London. She was a bigger lady, and she had 4 kids. And I would be under stress. I'm the one with the job. I had to go work at one of the big malls there, did cleaning for a living. Um, and I would go out every day to my job. Well, every time I was called in, because I was on call technically. But I got called in quite a bit, so I made a lot of money. Working 8 hours a day, and what happens, I get home, they won't cook. No, and my girlfriend at the time would not cook, could not cook because she had a stroke, so I didn't expect her to cook. Like, how the hell are you going to cook if you've had a stroke? Right? Yeah. But I'd have to do other things. I'd have to go to the store, buy the food, and bring it home. I'd have to buy stuff, like go out, and this is after I work and been on my feet all day. I come home, and I don't drive. I haven't never driven in my life. Never. I've never had anything to do with driving a car. Oh. I've never wanted to have my license because I always thought I'd be living in the town I'm in right now because I went back to my hometown after that. That's another story. For why my health is declining. And later on, but to get back onto it, the story that I was telling you, they wouldn't cook unless they were told to by their mother. I could not tell them nothing. It's like they couldn't go to the store. They wouldn't do nothing for me. I'm the asshole in this dynamic. So, but yet I'm one of the nicest people around. Put it this way: I've never had kids insult me as much as those 4 ever did. It was hell on earth, man. You know. Now, see, I don't see anybody in the live chat, so I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I'm talking to somebody. Obviously, I'm not, because I didn't sit there and I promoted it on Twitter, but promoted this on Twitter and that. People don't. If people come, they come. If they don't, they don't. I got 1 subscriber. That's about all I got now. So, but I'll rewatch this later, and people can rewatch it. I don't care. Rewatch it and subscribe and do whatever they want. I'm hoping that I don't have to view bot, because I know view botting is a bad thing. But anyway, about my health. My health is not good. It hasn't been good for a long, long time. I can't walk down the street without having issues breathing, without issues feeling nauseous. I will go to walk from here simply just up a little bit of a hill to the nearby drugstore to pick up my prescriptions. I can't even do that. I have to have them delivered because of the hill. I'm only 49 years old, people. And all this stuff started happening. It's not because I'm lazy. Because trust me, I'm not lazy. This started happening shortly before I left my girlfriend in London. I started finding, I ended up losing my job. I had a hard time walking anywhere. I ended up with a paper route for a short time. I left her after I had enough. and I decided to which I found out I should have just basically stayed put. Found out a couple of years later I should have just stayed put. I came back here to live with friends of mine. I've been single since the girlfriend in London, technically. I have one other girlfriend here where I live now, but that lasted about a month, and that was shortly after that. But since then, I haven't been with nobody because, frankly, I'm a broken guy. I'm broken mentally, and I'm broken physically. I don't think my body would allow me to handle another thing. Women tend to take advantage of my kindness a lot of the time. And how I say that is, when I'm in a relationship, I tend to put their needs above mine, because that's how I was raised. And so a lot of women take advantage of that when it comes to me. And I can't have that no more. You know? And some people may say, oh, you're full of shit, Chris. You're full of shit. Oh, sorry, Dark Dragon. I shouldn't have said my name. But you're full of shit. Yeah. No, I'm not full of shit. Just like the doctors say, I'm full of crap when it comes to a lot of my health issues. And yes, if you're wondering, I don't have my upper teeth. I don't have dentures. I had my upper teeth ripped out a couple of years ago because they're causing me nothing but problems. With pain, with my mouth swelling up all the time. I never had good teeth the majority of my life because dumb me, and I'll tell you kids, brush your teeth. It's important. Trust me, you don't want to end up like me. Nobody does. Nobody wants to end up like the dragon. Yeah, nobody. Anyway, if you're wondering, yes, I could do that. I roll. I could do that quite well now. Does it hurt the eyes? Yeah, it does a little bit. That's probably why I wear bifocals now. Yes. See, I may not be the best entertainer, but I could be the best complainer. I hope to be a little bit more entertaining as time goes on, because I want to get into doing workout streams with my resistance bands that I bought. I'm on disability, by the way, so to Becky or anybody else seeing the stream, if you're wondering why I can't give out a lot of money, that would be why. Would I love to be making YouTube money? Yeah, I would. Because here where I live in Ontario, Canada, you can make up to $1,000 before they take anything off your money. So it's legal to have at least $1,000 extra a month. So, yeah. What else was I going to say? About my health. When I left my girlfriend in London, I walked all the way from London to a little shit town called Chelmsford, Ontario. And that's like, it took me about 3 hours just to get there. And by the time I was there, I was dead tired. And then I came back here, and let's just say my health has been going down ever since. Then in April 2008, my father passed away. And when he passed away, that's when my health took a big hit. Um, Later on, I come to find out I have, you know, the valves that are in your heart. I have some where people have three valves, so three things. The the whole things covers. I only have two, and I have blockage and a little bit of a blockage going on. So for me to get stressed out is not a good thing. What else? Now I wanted to shout out to Sage on the BB network. Um, she's she's on she's the other subscriber on my channel right now. She's the only subscriber, really. It says two. Here it says three, but there's like 10 years apart and whatnot. My channel is one of the original YouTube channels. It's never really grown because I've never paid much attention to it. So that's why I'm trying to grow it now. Because I figured, if not now, when? When am I going to try? I got to at least give it a try. Like, I'm sitting here telling people like Becky Boo, don't give up, try. Because if you build it, they will come. And I'm sitting here with a channel, sitting there doing nothing. So I'm like, dude, why don't you take your own goddamn advice? You know? And before people sit there and say, don't take the Lord's name in vain. Dude, do you know who I am? I'm the Dark Dragon. I am the Dark Dragon King. I don't believe in your religion. You know, that's never going to change. Trust me, that's never going to change. What I believe in is the human spirit and being good to your fellow man. You know, you take that as how you want. You know, being good to everybody. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Jewish, black, from Iraq, Iran, Russian, or from China or Japan. You know, you come up to me and you have a decent conversation with me. You treat me good, I'll treat you good. That's the way I work. That's the way I roll. It's called being good to other people, no matter what their religion is, or what their beliefs are, or whether they're gay or trans or whatnot. You know? I don't see why people don't get that. Why you gotta be hateful toward other people? I don't hate other people. Other people can sit there and hate me, and I don't care. But see, once you become my friend, though, you become family. And the friends I've had over the years will tell you this: you fuck with family, and I will fuck with you back. We'll leave it at that. That part at that. But yeah, Keemstar. I was a fan of Keemstar years ago when he was strictly just doing Drama Alert. I followed his other things eventually because when it was about the time Trump's original run as president, he started getting into all the politics, and I started getting annoyed with him. So I quit watching his ass. I'm like, dude, I don't want to sit there and listen to this guy like he played Canada, like shit on my country and my prime minister. So I'm not going to sit there and watch him anymore. I got nothing. I don't want nothing to do with him. And then kid behind the camera, like with him, it was all about his family and how he treated his family. Watched his dad religiously until he passed away. Um, and yes, I watched Tina D as well, and Tina was not one of my favorite people in the world. I couldn't stand Tina, and I still can't stand Tina. I think she's a dumb bitch. Yeah, Tina's a fucking idiot. Um, yeah. Um, they say, well, her and fucking Tina, her and Mike want to basically make the channel that they're on the AGP Memorial Channel, where they talk about AGP and relive AGP. Well, AGP is dead. You know, it's like my father. If my father would be ashamed of me if I'd be sitting here talking about him 24/7, or trying to live up to his standard, trying to be the best, trying to do what he wanted me to do. I think my father would be proud of me for doing what I need to do. One of the last things my father said to me before he passed away, was the last Christmas I seen him alive, and he told me, he said, I hear you're back in the good town now. And that's with his memory failing and stuff. He barely knew who the hell I was at that point. He was in his 80s, so. And then the following April, he passed away. And yeah, my mother passed away from cancer back in 2004, Groundhog Day. Some will say that's when the Dark Dragon was really born, because I was a mama's boy, to be honest with you. You know, grew up, and my mom, you know, I'd be a mama's boy. I tried to do everything to please her. I'd go to church and all that stuff. I wouldn't wear skulls. Yes, I'm a purveyor of wearing skulls. I wear skulls a lot. I could move the camera and show you, but I don't want to give you guys a fucking heart attack. And I'm not saying a skull would give you a heart attack, but for me, moving the camera so much, you might get too many jolts. What else? I'm not sure if I can do a full hour this time. I'm going to try next time to do maybe a full hour. Maybe eventually I would like to work my way up to 2 hours. But yeah, the BBU, I want to see grow. I want it to grow. I want it to be successful. And to all those that joined Becky's universe, stick with Becky. Trust Becky. Because you're not going to get any better. You're going to go back over the Keemstars networks and sit there and be tortured and be tormented. I can't stand when people think that tormenting a woman is fun. You know, like making Becky take off her wig to stream with a bald head showing. Like, women take a lot of pride in their hair. You know, I used to when I had hair. I used to take a lot of pride in my hair, so I kind of know a thing or two about that. But when you have to, when you're humiliated and people are doing it just to personally get their own kicks, I don't find that fucking entertainment. And to anybody that thinks that's entertainment, that's sad. That's just sad. Um, I think what I find entertaining is when people actually do stuff that's entertaining, like the donation trains. I find them entertaining. I find her making songs entertaining, using the Suno app. I use the Suno app quite a bit. Um, yeah, and yeah, I use the Suno app quite a bit. I made my own songs online. Um, it's just that. Like, I don't, like I said, I don't like women being tortured. So I'm not a big fan of the LCU, and I never will be again. Keemstar can kiss my ass. Kid Behind the Camera can kiss my ass. And anybody who does not like the BBU, for whatever reason, if you find torturing people entertainment, then go back and watch LCU. What the hell? Hold on a minute. Yo. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Give me give me a second. Okay. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, bye. Sorry, guys. That was my roommate. Um, that was my roommate. So she delivers the shopping news around here. So that's what that was all about. Um, but yeah. Now back to the LCU thing and the BBU thing. Um, I will support the BBU with financial support more than I ever would the LCU, only because I don't. I could give a shit what team likes or thinks. I don't hate Americans. I think Americans are wonderful. I just don't like your leader. I think he's an idiot. Um, and he's destroying your country, as far as I'm concerned. Um, but I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here to do that. Yeah, so I'm going to say goodbye. I know I just got my another viewer on here. Thank you for viewing my channel. I appreciate it. You might have to go back and watch it. Watch my full stream. You'll see what kind of a mess I've made of myself. But for a first live stream, I think this is fairly decent. I know I shake a lot. That's because I'm using a laptop. I don't have a desktop. Um, so you have to forgive me. But yeah, this is the Dark Dragon's Den. I'll talk more about this on Sunday's stream. It's, I plan on coming back it's going to be here every Wednesdays at 4 p.m. and every Sunday at 2 p.m. I want to do this. Okay? Alright, guys. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you.